The streets are saying Rihanna is a bird.
Thank God y'all didn't know me when I was single, because I would have fucked the shit out you if you was pregnant.
This is my nigga.
Yeah.
Baby daddy. I fucked that nigga.
Feels like Rihanna has entered her hate train era, and honestly, I never thought I'd say those words. Fans are saying they miss the old Rihanna when she was single, fun, and in her prime, quote unquote. That her stage presence has gone and her most recent performance was lackluster. For me, the reason Rihanna had so much popularity was not because she was a vocalist. Let's be honest, Rihanna never had the voice, but she was that girl. She was more of a cultural force in my opinion, a trendsetter. When did the public suddenly get their pitchforks up against bad gal Riri? Because for as long as I can remember, Rihanna has been one of those celebrities who felt almost universally loved. I remember when Rihanna first came out in 2005 and seeing If It's Loving That You Want as a child. And from then until now, I genuinely can't remember a time where people collectively were hating on her. She always felt like the people's princess, whether you liked pop music, fashion, or beauty. What has always made Rihanna likable is how down to earth she comes across. Also the fact that she's Caribbean. People see her and they feel the Bayesian energy. Her voice is different from, the typical American pop star. All of those things add to her charisma and charm.
Remember it as being the artist from the Caribbean who came here and made it internationally. Just remember it as me. I just want people to realize that and appreciate me for that.
She always seemed effortlessly cool. Even when she was caught unaware, she became a fun meme, not someone to tear down. She would be dancing on boats, twerking at carnival, living her best life with her friends, all while showcasing incredible fashion moments. She felt like the girl everybody wanted to be friends with. I believe that people are turning against Rihanna now because she was aspirational. Seeing her go through everything she's going through with ASAP for the time period she's been enduring shows that she's just like the friend we have who we're constantly telling, girl, leave that man, leave that boy, leave that guy. And they're like, nope, that's my man, I'm gonna stand beside him.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And
I'm gonna stick beside him.
that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
The streets are saying Rihanna is a bird, and they're saying that because of how ASAP is behaving in public and the fact that she's still with him. She's tolerated a lot in that relationship. Even when he was going through his legal battles, she was going to court every day. She looked so embarrassed in the pictures. And the more I think about it, the more I realize I don't actually think it's about Rihanna. Rihanna just happens to be the latest woman we're doing this to. Now she's in a relationship and had children, suddenly people miss single Rihanna. Not to mention the ongoing conversations seem to center around her postpartum body. It's completely normal that her body has changed because she's had 3 children. Instead of understanding that, the public are using this as evidence that she somehow lost her spark. In 2010's Instagram, Twitter, she would clap back at people who were throwing shade at her. And to see her now with a man who publicly disrespects her, has had ongoing legal battles, and they're not small charges. At the time when ASAP was on trial, I believe had he been found guilty, he would have gone to prison for 25 years. So it wasn't no small crime that Rihanna was standing beside him for. Then there's her billion-dollar businesses. When she first launched Fenty Beauty, everyone celebrated how revolutionary it was. She was one of the first beauty brands to stock such a huge array of shades, from the palest to the richest and deepest complexions that simply weren't available on the market. She was praised for changing the beauty industry, whereas now when she drops a new lipstick, the reception is fatigue. Seeing Rihanna with ASAP has essentially humbled her in the eyes of the public. That is why people now feel so comfortable and bold to be talking about Rihanna's looks, her body, and shaming her for being in this relationship with this man that she so clearly loves. There's even loss of interest in her releasing an album which has been long anticipated, but now that it's been 10 years, interest has cooled. Rihanna, in my eyes, was the people's princess, and it feels like her people's princess era is coming to a close. I personally believe the fall is a character arc in every protagonist's story, and right now we're seeing Rihanna have her fall. But what matters most in her comeback is how she navigates the fall and smooths out the curve in terms of public perception, and that is what will determine her career moving forward, because ultimately the public are the ones who buy her products, who listen to her music, who keep her empire going. It is imperative to her brand health. We've seen society build artists up until they are almost deities. They reach this level where they're no longer treated like human beings. They're untouchable and everyone loves them and celebrates them. Then almost overnight, people start looking for reasons to tear them down. People can usually pinpoint a moment when they say, that's why I stopped supporting them. Like with Nicki Minaj, for example, and her new affiliations with you-know-who. But with Rihanna, what's that moment? What exactly did she do? Because as I'm recording this, nothing has actually happened. She hasn't had a huge scandal. She hasn't done something unforgivable. She's simply living her life. She's had children, she's built businesses, and she's in a long-term relationship. And somehow that's enough for people to completely change the way they speak about her. That's what makes this feel different. It's almost like people were waiting on the day they could turn on Rihanna. I also believe that there is an element of misogynoir in this conversation with Rihanna. I've even seen conversations around people saying that ASAP is the one that settled to be with Rihanna. Please be so for real. I saw someone say that the reason ASAP is behaving this way is that Rihanna was never truly his type because she has Afrocentric features. And if you look at his past girlfriends, they all sort of have maybe a straight nose, kind of smaller eyes, smaller forehead, whereas Rihanna has quite a phenotypically black look. The only thing that kind of really exotic, ambiguous look is the green eyes, but that is crazy to me. That's one thing Rihanna always had. Like, you could talk about her music, you could talk about her performances, but the look always ate down to me. Even her haters knew the look ate down. So to see people coming for her looks is crazy work. Now we're seeing her navigate experiences that women go through every single day across the world. Building a family, trying to figure out who you are after having children. And suddenly people don't know what to do with that. There's also a conversation to be had about ageism, motherhood and marriage. I believe that there is an element of Madonna whore complex as to why Rihanna is getting so much backlash at the moment in the guise of, oh, she's lost her spark. She's lost her spark because she had 3 kids and got into a relationship. When a woman is single, she's worthless because she doesn't have a man. She's undesirable. She can't keep a man. She's not adding value to society. She's selfish because she's child-free and single and living her best life. But when she gets into a relationship, oh, she's lost her value. She's not attractive anymore. Her body's not what it used to be. She's used up, she's hit the wall, as people in the manosphere say. That's the terminology that they use. The reason this is misogyny is because you're wrong either way. You're wrong for being single and free. You're wrong for being settled and married and engaged and in a committed relationship. And the underlying factor here is that you're a woman just living. So that's hatred towards women. I also think that there's so much about Rihanna's world that we'll never know. But I sometimes wonder if Rihanna truly sees herself the way that we see her. One thing we know for sure is she didn't have the easiest relationship with her father. At one point, he was even selling, allegedly, fake meet and greets using Rihanna's name while she had absolutely no idea he was doing this. That's a massive breach of trust, and it says a lot about their relationship dynamic. Our childhood and relationship with our parents shapes how we move through the world. And it's just so crazy because when she was single, she was being hounded by the press about when she would have kids and get married.
Okay. I'm not dating anybody.
You're single right now?
I'm not dating at all.
Got to ask you, what do you do about men when you're on this tour? You're hot, you're a single woman, and I know women have needs.
I don't even want to date. Like, I'm single. And really, I just like to have friends. And that's hard for people. That's a hard pill for people to swallow.
And now that she's in a relationship with a man and has children, it's, oh, no baby, no ring. You should have waited till you were married to have kids with him. At the end of the day, these are people just like us. I don't know why we put this burden of morality on celebrities. They make mistakes just like we do. They're living life the same way that we do, where we fall, we stumble, we learn, and we grow. They're not these otherworldly beings that know more than we do. They're just figuring it out like us. The difference between Rihanna and us is she has a glam squad and a stylist and a creative director who makes her look polished and poised as she is. But deep down, she's literally just a girl like you and me. When I watch her interviews, she never comes across like someone who's constantly aware of who she is and being that girl. She doesn't seem consumed by fame, which is a good thing in some respects, but I don't think she fully understands how loved she is. And maybe that's why this moment makes me feel a little sad. While the internet is busy picking apart every little thing about her, I just see someone who's trying to navigate life like everyone else, all while doing it under a microscope. But all in all, I love Rihanna. I love her music. I love her style. style. She was the reason when I was a teenager I did the buzz cut and I just had the hair flipped over. She was always my style icon. Like whenever people would say, who do you want to dress like, who do you wish you know could look like, I would say Rihanna. She has been that girl, will be that girl, and is that girl forever. And for me, this is just a small phase in her story that will smooth out. Hopefully she can recover and go back to just flourishing and blossoming. Whether this relationship with ASAP lasts or doesn't last, she will be just fine.